You call the meeting to order. You got a cell phone, please silence it. Public comment. Public comment from elected officials. Roll call.
Commissioner Lysy. Here. Commissioner Cadell.
Here.
Commissioner Downs.
Here.
Commissioner Kelly. Commissioner Staple.
Here.
Father, we thank you for this day. Thank you for the many blessings you give us in this life. And Father, we thank you for watching over us, keeping us safe. Father, we pray that your hand be upon this meeting. Father, continue to be with the commissioners as they go forward and try to continue to conduct business and do it in a way that's pleasing you and help this county continue to move forward. All these things I ask in your son's name. Amen.
Amen. Attention. Salute. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Under information items, we have the last 2 weeks' AP check-ins in your packages. Under consent agenda, I'm asking be approved to request to apply for a Tom Bigby RC&D grant to replace air conditioners at the 6 Mile Community Center. This is on the consent agenda because I've already started the process, and I'd like permission to sign the cooperative agreement with Tom Bigby RC&D.
I make that motion.
That's right. We got a motion and a second. All in favor?
New business, minutes of the 10/11/2022 commission meeting.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
I got a motion and a second. All in favor?
We have a proclamation for Captain Rusty Price, named Alabama FOP Member of the Year. Whereas the Bibb County Commission is proud to recognize the achievement of Russell Rusty Price of the Bibb County Sheriff's Department, who through dedication, commitment, and many hours of hard work throughout the years on behalf of the citizens of Bibb County is known as Captain Rusty Price. And whereas Captain Rusty Price became a member of the local Fraternal Order of Police Lodge many years ago and has faithfully served and volunteered for countless activities and duties. And whereas Captain Rusty Price has held the office of both Secretary and Treasurer of his local FOP Lodge and is currently serving as a delegate to the State Lodge. And whereas Captain Rusty Price was nominated this year for Outstanding Service for FOP Member of the Year, and whereas of approximately 8,600 members throughout the state, Captain Russell Rusty Price has been voted the 2022 Fraternal Order of Police Member of the Year for the state of Alabama. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Bibb County Commission on this 24th day of October 22 declares this the year of Captain Russell Rusty Price, Fraternal Order of Police Member of the Year for the state of Alabama. In Bibb County, Alabama, to do further encourage all citizens to applaud the efforts, hard work, and dedication of Captain Russell Rusty Price for his commitment to excellence. Signed and sealed this 24th day of October 2022. Yeah, come get a picture with him.
Just right there in the next one, stand aside.
Okay.
Take this.
You want to get that table?
You're right.
Computer? Okay, this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Here, here.
Yeah, I'm going to extend it. When we got this. I'll do that
I'm asking the proclamation, approve the resolution to spend ARPA funds for Sheriff's Department payroll.
Make a motion.
I second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Community cable has asked that a broadband franchise agreement be signed. I didn't know that Anthony wasn't going to be here to look at it tonight, so I guess we should table it.
Do y'all want to approve it pending his approval like you did, the one for Josh Lambert, or? This is kind of a renewal.
It's a renewal of,
They've had that Sky Vision and bought out Sky Vision or whatever that was before.
So you want us to make a motion to approve it as long as Anthony approves it?
yeah.
Based on his,
I'll make that motion.
I second.
Mr. Chair.
We're gonna base it off Anthony's approval.
Yes.
There's something here that really strikes me out. I just don't want to make sure Anthony sees it.
Yeah, I wanted to make, I didn't know Anthony wasn't going to be here tonight.
All right.
but based on his review
Yeah.
and what he does, okay.
Now, do you want to just table it until Anthony looks at it, or do you want to approve it on Anthony's?
Approve it based on Anthony's
Review
review and revision.
And any revisions he makes?
Is that accepted?
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
All right, I got a motion and a second to approve upon Anthony's approval. All in favor?
Mike Nichols.
Just a brief moment. I come to check to see where we was at on the corners situation I brought up. After I left here the other night, when I mentioned this, I got to thinking about it. Simple solution. Kill the corners bill. If something, God forbid, ever happens to the sitting sheriff, let the governor, automatically this chief deputy will step in to run the show. The chief deputy runs the show anyhow out of his office. If there's, for some reason, the county administration does not agree with or get along with the chief deputy, the next person in command can run the show until the governor appoints someone. I'm just scared. We're not, this 2022, 1950. It's not 1950. So, we need to get ahead of the game. That law is outdated and it's been abused in the past. And just keep that in mind. That's a simple way. And I hope Anthony researches this and coincides with what I'm saying, recommending. So,
We'll get Anthony to look at it when he gets back. We'll make sure, hey, next meeting we'll address this. Hopefully he'll be back then.
And like I say, I didn't know Anthony wasn't going to be here, so sorry about that. I'd like to approve the purchase of trash containers from Republic Service in the amount of approximately $92,000. All the trash companies that we're in discussions with, none of them can get the containers. Republic's pulling out of the area, so they're willing to sell us the containers at $18 a unit.
And the new company would buy them from us.
The
We
new
wouldn't be out any money.
Right, the new company will buy them from us.
Whoever gets the bid would buy it, to take it from us. We're just floating until they buy them back from us.
Right.
I'll make that motion.
You got a motion?
I'll second.
Second. All in favor?
I'm abstaining.
Okay.
I'd like to approve the 2023 holiday calendar with one less holiday than last year.
How many do we have last? Mr. Chairman, how many did we have last year?
We had one more than this last year. We had Flag Day and nobody felt comfortable taking Flag Day off.
Okay.
So,
Mr. Chairman, I make that motion. We passed the holiday schedule.
We got a motion, we accept the new holiday schedule.
I'll second.
I got a second. All in favor?
I ask that you approve payment to GMC for FEMA work in the amount of $35,535.50. This is just payment of their contract for the FEMA work. It's been obligated by FEMA, and we should be getting money back on it shortly.
We gotta pay it.
Yes.
I mean, we gotta pay it, so it might as well.
Yeah.
FEMA drags their feet, we know that.
Yes.
I make a motion to do it.
I got a motion.
I'll second.
Second. All in favor?
We'd like to approve a part-time person for the commission office. We have a person that's retiring from the commission office, and she would like to continue on a part-time basis for the next year.
Mr. Chairman, I make that motion.
I got a motion.
I'll second.
Second. How long is this for?
A year.
Just for 1 year?
Yeah.
Okay. I got a motion and a second. All in favor?
I'm asking to approve the next meeting be moved to November 16th at 9 a.m. This is for the swearing in of the new commissioners.
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
I'd like to approve a work session to follow the November 16th meeting, 30 minutes after the end of the meeting, so 10:30.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
We got a motion and a second to have a work session. All in favor?
And it's regarding road department equipment. I'd like to add an item to the agenda. I'd like to approve the elevator bid to Bagby Elevator for the restoration of the 2 elevators. This was, we voted on it to pay from ARPA funds. We've got the lowest bid in now. I'd like to have that approved.
I make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
I got a motion.
I'll second.
Second. All in favor?
And I'd like to introduce Kim Holliday. She's our new Deputy Administrator, for any of you who haven't met her. Yep.
First thing I have is concerns paying BKI, or as it is now Thompson, which is a consulting firm that we utilize for the work on the North Scottsville Road project. Asking to pay invoice number 7 for the CE&I services on this project. The amount is $1,439.63. And this I like paid out of the 2-cent fund.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion?
A second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Thanks. Next, I'm asking the approval to purchase pipes for the Count Branch Road paving project. This is going to be a full depth reclamation where it's plowed up and cement's going to be added to the base and whatnot. We've looked at some of the pipes that we need to place sooner than later, and that's what this reflects. It's $7,657.94. There will be more in time to come, possibly if we don't have them on the yard, but this is just the time to replace the pipes before we do the paving.
Concrete pipes?
No, corrugated metal, aluminized coated.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion.
I'll second.
I got a motion and second to purchase pipes, all in favor?
Thank you. I'd like to add one item that has come in. The same project. There's another consultant firm that did a study of analysis of the soil to determine how much cement to add to this base, and the commission approved amount. I forget what the total is, but this is within that total amount. This is the final estimate. The final invoice. The total was $7,940 that was approved by the commission, and this right here is going to bring it up to that final amount, that final number.
We've already approved this.
Yeah, you approved the lump sum. You hadn't approved this particular invoice. It's barely under my spending limit, but I just come to y'all when we have all this 2-cent fund. When we utilize it, I think the commission should give approval.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
I got a motion.
I'll second.
I got a second, all in favor by this.
The last meeting, there was a discussion about a particular railroad crossing, and I had applied for some funding to improve that crossing. It's Moreland Road at Norfolk Southern Railroad. Anthony and I met out there and talked about it. There's a deadline. I know he's not here tonight. There's a deadline is November 4th to give them, whether we approve or not, the offer of $40,000. That's $20,000 from AlDOT, $20,000 from Norfolk Southern to close that crossing. But I'm asking the commission to decline that. I don't really think that would serve the people. I've looked into the possibility of another rail line. There was talk about that. I don't think the grant was awarded. I talked to the lady here at the rail programs administrator with AlDOT, and she told me that project wasn't going to be performed at this time. It may be in the future, which would have some bearing on that crossing if it was, because there's not much room for it. But anyway, my request is that we decline AlDOT's offer.
You need to vote to decline or accept the offer.
Mr. Chair. Jeff, if you've closed, it would be a burden on some of the people right there, wouldn't it?
It would.
They'd have to go way back.
They had to go back out to Shelby County on 25 and then back in 139. it would affect several families right there.
Is this what Anthony was supposed to go look at, that, just see who we could be held liable if there was an accident? And we do.
Yeah, he was out there the other day. Like I said, he's not here. Y'all want to table it, that'll be fine. It's just there's a deadline on accepting this offer.
And we won't meet again before November 4th.
I say we make a recommendation, we don't accept it, I say we just move the recommendation.
Alright.
But I can't make a motion, I mean, I'm over here.
Jeff, did you hear anything about them trying to create another track up there?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't believe they got the funding for that, the grant they applied for. But there was plans about that, something about containerized freight to a distribution center they're gonna have in McCalla. But that's what this lady told me, that they weren't awarded those funds, and that they're gonna be doing some improvements, but not a complete new rail line. Earlier this year, there was some people doing surveying for that possible project, and that's what kind of got some of the residents concerned. But evidently it's not going to be done.
Because I had talked to a couple, and they had came by and wanted to give them, gave them some prices on their land. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, this week. Well, it was Saturday. I got 2 calls. It was talking about it. Mr. Chairman, I make that motion that we decline it. Go with the engineer.
Recommendation.
Yeah.
I got a motion, we decline the offer.
I'll second.
I got a second, we decline the offer. All in favor of declining their offer?
Abstaining?
Thank you. Next I have pertains to the new Kenworth trucks. Y'all approved purchasing these trucks on February the 14th of the commission meeting. One has come in to Truck Works in Birmingham, and they're wanting us to accept delivery. There's going to be another truck to come. This total cost is going to be $386,422. I'm asking that the commission approve and allow Commissioner Downs and Commissioner Cadell to sign the necessary documents with First U.S. Bank to borrow the money for this purchase. I have a spreadsheet I'd like to give to y'all here that will show in the end, once the 2 trucks we have are auctioned off, the financing is going to be about $150,000. But that's got a breakdown.
Mr. Chair.
Yeah.
So we making a little bit more money from last time on the 2
Yeah.
trucks we got now.
Yeah, the supply and demands, I mean, Kenworth's wanting to buy the trucks we got now, but we've already agreed to go with J.M. Wood auction. And they've got that guaranteed price of $170,000 per unit. But yes, the value of the trucks is increasing. That's why we're financing more than we did last year. Last year we financed about $92,000 for these 2 trucks. But when we sell these, we're going to receive more.
We still owe 81 on those,
Yes,
the way I read this.
yes. We're really just financing 1 truck because we got enough money to outright buy one of them. We just,
So we're rolling the old loan into the new loan.
well,
If we still owe 81,
when we make the sale, we're going to pay off that note. And then we'll be, instead of borrowing $386,000, we'll be down to $152,000 approximate, provided they don't come in at a higher price. It could be less than that. But this is the guarantee, the $170,000 at the top. That's J.M. Wood's guarantee.
Mr. Chairman, is this paperwork ready at the bank now?
It is not. I'll have to call them and get them to do it.
I make a motion. Do that.
I second.
Got a motion and a second to approve me and Bill to sign the note to be paid back. Part will be paid back after we get to sell the old trucks. All in favor?
Last thing I have is about equipment. Y'all asked for a prioritized list of what I feel we need. That's the list. There's one thing that International is letting you know, and that's that tomorrow is really our deadline on getting a truck, a little dump truck from them next year. They got actually a little bit past the deadline. They just kind of sprung that on me, but anyway, is there any way that we could approve per discussions with the administrator, with the bank, to at least get a PO to put in an order for these two trucks? If we don't, then we won't be able to receive them next year.
Come out the pothole patches?
Yes, those little single axle dump trucks. They said they need a PO in order for us to consider, having ordered two trucks. The cost is like $111,000 per truck.
When would they have to have payment?
On receipt, delivery.
Yeah, but when's
What's the estimated delivery?
Oh, it's going to be probably third or fourth quarter next year.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're talking about you're out
Yeah.
getting those trucks.
Yeah.
Worst case,
That's how our equipment's running right now.
and it could be a little sooner if we're lucky, but
Yeah, that's about right, Mr. Chairman.
You got two of them?
I'm requesting to. Currently, the trucks we have are costing us a fortune, and they're in 1999, 2000 model. But if we could at least put in an order for the trucks and hold it, I know ideally we're going to discuss these things at the work session, but we're going to lose the opportunity of getting a mini next
Can you
year.
cancel the order if you put it in? I mean, what I'm saying is if you order them, we're pretty much, we're locked in on them.
They're going to be in demand, so I don't think
So even if we
International have a problem getting rid of them.
even if we purchased them, there wouldn't be a problem reselling them if necessary.
Are these the one-man trucks with the
No.
arm on the front?
No.
Truck and trailer?
No, this is just a dump truck. We've got the trailers, the pothole patch and tag-along trailers. The one-man trucks you're talking about, they're well over 200,000, 250 or
But it's
60.
not just the truck, it's the machine and everything.
What, the one-man? Yes. Yes, it's a one-man job, but it's got the hoppers and
How old are the patchers that you have?
one's a 94 model and one's a 98 model.
We're not spending a fortune on them, like what other trucks?
Not really. Not really. We replace hoses from time to time. It's going to happen, and issues like that. But
I make a motion with allow you to get a PO. Is that what the request is?
yes,
On those two trucks, Internationals.
I second it.
How we paying for this?
well,
Is that what's being discussed in the?
financing, if not waiting to the work session to see if there's other alternatives. There was ARPA funding that was a possibility.
I thought we were making a decision and talked about how we're gonna pay for them.
Well, the triaxle trucks, they approved 386,000.
To be financed.
And if we use this guaranteed January buyback, then it's going to leave enough room between what we're financing, this allowed 386,000 to buy these two trucks. If they're comfortable with 386,000, looks like we'd be able to finance them.
How are we making the payment on 386? Where's that coming from?
Well, when we sell the trucks, the current KW trucks, we're paying off the note, the $81,000 note, and then in the end, we're going to finance about
You're
$152,000.
saying if we do that and buy the other trucks, it's basically the same, 386,000.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
How are we paying 386,000 on that?
Through a 7-cent gas tax.
You got them to pay for it?
Yes. That's where that's the only thing legally you can pay for equipment.
If you can cover through your 7-cent gas tax, I don't have a problem with it.
Well, I mean, you know, yeah. But that, like I said, we're going to hopefully discuss in the work session, we can come up with something maybe better. So it's just, we got to the point where these trucks are costing a tremendous amount of money and they're not dependable, and we're running way behind our pothole patching.
You, so the 7-cent gas tax is the last resort if we can't come up. You got it covered if we can't come up with nothing else in the work session.
Yes.
Roddy's got a motion on the table. Roddy made a motion to go ahead and put a PO in for
Well, I've got
Jeremy.
a motion from Jeremy and a
Nice, that's
second from Ronnie.
Okay, we already got a motion and a second to get a PO to go ahead and order these trucks. And I'm good as long as Jeff has a way to pay for them if we can't find other funding. Any other discussion, Jeremy?
Yeah, Jeff, on the one-man truck, would that come from international as well?
So I hadn't priced, I don't know that it's international. I know Tuscaloosa County's got one, don't they? Two? And Chilton County's got one, but it's
I'm just wondering how, you said it's over 200,000, I mean, that could be 201 or 299, I mean, you don't know.
I haven't, is it not, no, I didn't ever price that. I figured that was outside of my wish list.
I just know with your manpower, the truck and trailer takes more than one,
Yeah,
and the other kind just takes one. So.
yeah, but it's the upfront cost that I'm looking at, making equipment purchase.
Okay, that's all I got.
Motion and a second. All in favor to go ahead and get a PO?
Thank y'all, that's all I got.
All right, just a little update on where we at with our community shelters. Ashby Baptist Church shelter site, it has been surveyed, and I've received the maps and stuff on that, and I'm gonna get that to Anthony. The Harrisburg site is scheduled for this week if weather permits, and we should have that done this week. You know, Anthony mentioned make sure we can use ARPA funding, and we talked to the ARPA funding people. I can't remember her name, Kate, and she said that would be fine, but we're gonna have to add maybe another $500 per shelter to put a air purifier in there and make it COVID friendly. So we'll have to do that, but it is fine to use that. So we got that fixed. Replaced the bulbs in the EO and fire department, their lights, and hopefully Commissioner Goodell's gonna ride by there tonight and look at that for me.
I think they'll appreciate that.
Yes.
It was dark there.
Also tonight I need requesting approval for the chairman to sign a resolution to purchase 2 side-by-sides for the fire departments that had those on their list. They're 2 Polaris Ranger XPs, 1000. They're 4-wheel drives, set up with the equipment that they need. The amount of the resolution is $47,624.38, and ARPA funding will be used for this purchase. And then
We've already approved these purchases.
Already
You need to
approved the
approve for me to
purchase.
sign.
yeah, we have
Each
to
time
go
with
to.
each vendor, we have to approve the resolution.
Yeah.
But it's within-
It's already been approved, we just got approved for me to sign the resolution.
I make the motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
One last thing, as far as the appeal, I talked to my division coordinator with the state EMA today, and I asked him if he could contact someone, try to help us find out where we're at on that. So he said he would, and he'd check into it for us. So that's all I got.
The attorney's not here. We have no old business.
Discussion by commissioners. Hey, Mr. Cadet, you got anything?
Well, yeah, but I'll hold it for tonight. I got something for Jeff, but I'll hold it.
Rodney?
I ain't got it.
Mr. Lyson? No. I'm good.
I make that motion.
I have a motion to adjourn.
My second.
Got a second, all in favor?
I just won't get into it. But I'm gonna get into that workshop. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get into it.
We all are. We were short. Thank you. That invoice that you added.